got Lenny on the offside here, the shorter one of the two, little and large. He was a stallion. He's 7-year-old now. He was only cut last year, so he was 6 years a stallion, or colt stallion. And come up, baby. He just covered mares up in Scotland, so he's never done anything at all before. He'd been shown in hand. They do a lot of showing. The family that own these two, and the other one's Harvey. He's a stallion. He was here 5 years ago. I'll put a thing up there because it's quite interesting. We trained him for logging, you know, doing timber work, basic timber work, pulling wood out. So they were been put together to work as a pair. And the chap wanted something that, you know, some harness that he could use for all sorts. So it's, you know, I've got no problem with whether people like it or not. I just think it is so practical, this harness. It's untrue. American harness, American-Canadian harness. Obviously influenced by Europe in you know, because when people went out there, you know, they needed harness to take and obviously make out there as well. Come round, darling. Come round, my baby. That's a little sweetheart. Good. And it's good stuff. So you can go online and look at American harness, you know, draft harness they call it, work harness, this type of stuff. This is braid harness, all spots all over it and like that. But good harness, the collars adjust, for instance, up and down, you know, so they can go from 22 to 25, you know, about 3 inches adjustment on it. So that's good. They're bridging instead of being connected to their collar as you would in a breast collar or full collar harness. It goes under their belly, and it joins onto a ring that comes up through their front legs. That's young Harvey. He's a stallion horse, so he's just seen this gorgeous looking girl up here. Come on. So yeah, I really like the harness. I like the harness. We've got several sets of it. I like it for its practicality of you know, when you work with it, and we don't have it necessarily for the look of it. We have it for the practicality of it, but it's real good harness and virtually indestructible. And there's just so much adjustment on it. For instance, if you see the hang strap at the top there, you can see that the aims even adjust, so the straps can be dropped down. Alright? I think the straps can be lifted up and dropped down to suit the collar when you open when you lengthen the collar and drop it off. And some people say that, you know, oh, I wouldn't have that, but to find a set of good work harness, English work harness, to get it made would be a start. It cost a fortune, and this isn't that expensive to buy. I mean, a basic pair set, they call it a team. The Americans got 2 horses a team, whereas we call 4 a team. But they're team sets for 2 horses. Blue Horse Equine. Yeah, Blue Horse Equine is who we use. Brilliant. You know, the lady there, Trish, who runs it, do the best you possibly can to help you and do the, you know, and get you fitted up properly. And they have some lighter harness as well, like more the stuff we would be used to with a pony and trap harness, we'd call it that, for instance. It's certainly not gig harness as we know it, but it's, you know, a large maid harness to have that as well. But they have these sets of harness out there. It's quite funny because Reed, the other trainer, has a team of Shetlands, and you can get this harness for Shetlands. You know, all the collars are just, it's stainless steel. All this is stainless steel. It's biothane. It will last, literally last forever. It's virtually indestructible. Tremendously strong. The traces on it must be 2 inches wide at least, maybe more than that. Hup, boys, trot. So we're real pleased, you know, with getting back to the horses. He's a little bit noisy, but he's not. We've got another stallion in at the minute as well that we're doing, and the problem is with that stallion, he's not. The other stallion's an Arab, and he's having trouble getting some communication going. But Harvey's good as gold. Really done all the logging work and training with him with the, you know, the logging, which will you know, let you know what film it is so you can look back and see it. Yeah, it's a real good film actually. Well, that's Harvey and Lenny. Now, it would have been good if when they decided to buy another one, they got one roughly the same size, but they work real well together, you know. So the length of legs are a lot different, the strides are a lot different, but the funny thing is, and it is so, you know, so strange, this horse's bone, I don't know what he's got, but it must be massive, 11 inches I would think, of bone, this horse. Yeah, Lenny, little Lenny. And, well, so is he, the big boned horse as well. And he's short. You can see, like, this one's hocks are higher. Come on, babies. But the funny thing is, he's got a faster trot, working trot, than he has. And he'll take all this vehicle, which is a modern vehicle, made to an American style, you'd have to say. So it's all wheels on it, low to the ground, wideish vehicle, and it's a tipper. Not the same as a transit tipper, you know, a little tipper truck. It's the same as that. It's got all the bells and whistles, lights, brake lights, side lights, flashing lights on it. But a real good vehicle. And the people that own these two have a big company, fencing, wooden fencing company, etc. like that. So I've no doubt they'll go and do some fencing one day, you know, loaded up to somebody. But that's Lenny and Harvey. Lenny being the little one here, in their posh harness. I mean, they're quite happy with it. I've got a mirror in the stable for them, and they had a look, and you can see them like thinking they looked a couple of men about town. But they're all right, yeah, they're happy doing their job, and it's lovely just to go out on a. It's a little bit cold today, but at least it's dry. Just to go out, we're going up into the woods now, and there's a cafe up there, and we'll have a cup of coffee, and they'll have a little bit of. Well, Ree's brought some of these carrots and apples from the Carrot and Coffee Club. So they'll have them, and they'll have a drink of tepid water. We bring the water ourselves. Don't draw them freezing cold water, because their little bellies will be warm. They'll be warmed up time we get there. And we just have a little bit of tepid water on board for them. So we don't heat it up, but what we do, we have it in the harness room where the heaters are, and when we leave we pick it up, and it'll hold that temperature for a good couple of hours. It doesn't go, you know, before it gets cold. That's just nicer on their little stomachs, you know. Come on, baby. So there you go, yeah. And both these horses, which is another thing that's interesting, they're both very light on their feet for great big lumps of horses, you know, the big horses. Got a pony this one, isn't it, I suppose, really, but they're not heavy on their feet at all. When you look how they wear their shoes, they wear them nice, flat and even, but you don't hear them scuffing the road, you know, you don't get that as they're going along. It's lovely. They've done all the heavy traffic, they've been on all the big main roads, down into Stockbridge, and they'll be going down into town to do some roundabout work. Come on, baby, up you go. Come on, my darling. Go on, babe, get up. These vehicles are used a lot out in the States, you know. Have a lot of vehicles like this on the farms out there. So they put little tiny wheels on so they're low to the ground for loading. They've always got a big bench seat across the front so you can get several, you know, workers to go out and load up whatever they're doing. You see them using them for all sorts. But one I've seen out there was a tipper like this. It was a bit longer than this one and it had 4 round barrels on it, and they just tipped it up a bit and rolled one off at a time. So there they go. Good little pair to work. You know, obviously it would have been better if one was a bit smaller. I levelled up a bit, but basically, yeah. Come on. So, cup of coffee time in a minute. Good boys.